continuing our season for dating after 40s, I sit with the three ladies. I hope you've seen the previous episode. We are now navigating how soon is too soon for intimacy. Should we be friends first or should romance come first? Delhi boys, Bombay boys. More to see, more to talk. If you love what I do, share, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you on the episode. Two guys, one from Delhi, one from Bombay. They look the same, they do the same things, they have the same amount of, let's say, success. Who would you date?
It doesn't depend on the city. I mean, it totally depends. If they're both the same, I would think I would go for Delhi because it's my comfort zone. I would not want to move out.
Yeah, definitely local. Somebody who's in my city.
In your city?
Would I?
You, of course. Okay. What's the difference between Delhi boys and Bombay boys that you have witnessed?
Bombay boys are definitely more busy. It's a quicker life. They're not surviving on rental income, most of them. So they're definitely busy and they are like very, that has made them very practical. And then idle mind is the devil's workshop. So they think of, this thing very practical, straight, like cut, kind of thing. This is what I've noticed the difference. How about you?
I think guys in Bombay are more open than people here. I feel like they're cooler. Yeah. And I think they can take rejection and they can take the whole shmoosh of it better. Yeah, I think they can handle this whole culture of dating better. I think both men and women, not just men.
I've not dated anyone from Bombay, but from friends' perspective, they're more cut to cut, if I may say.
Yeah, but like transaction. So you see, okay, so this I have to say. So like
they're better suited for dating. I think
maybe,
just that kind of.
No, maybe. But here's what I lived there 4 years, so kind of the interfaces and a lot of girls say, we will date a Delhi guy. This is the Bombay girls because they are a little more immersive, but they can get territorial along with it. That's the flip of it. And a lot of Delhi girls, because they've dated a lot of Delhi guys, saying we would date the Bombay guys because they're a little more relaxed because they have had a bit territorial. So it's not like this or that. It is what you want at that point in time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right? Like you want.
Like I told you, if they're both the same, I would go for Delhi because they're more comfort.
I think Bombay is also a little hip. It's a hip culture to date there. It's there are more sort of.
It's easier to date.
No, and there are neighborhood bars. So it's discreet. Here in Delhi, you go to one place and everyone will be there.
I will tell you, it's not discreet for the people living in Bombay. I live there.
No, I mean, what I'm saying, it's easier
Delhi
to just go 100 meters and get a drink.
But for them, Delhi becomes more discreet.
Yeah,
a lot of Bombay guys.
It's how they perceive us and how we perceive them.
That's where your family is and where your network is.
So how many people you know in the city?
There you go.
That's
a question. I have a question. This is a yes and no explanation, like a yes and no. Dating, okay? Would you date a man who's best friends with his ex-spouse? Yes, no?
No.
You?
Yeah.
You?
Bad idea.
Would you date a man who currently lives with the entire family, moved in, he's got his kids and all? Would you give it a shot? Not best friends with his ex-wife.
No, current family, how many? Only his kids,
like the whole
mother, father,
like everybody.
Chachi.
No, but like nuclear family, come on.
Okay, but
I'll reframe it. Would you date a guy who still lives with his own family? Yes, no?
With kids, maybe no. Otherwise, yes.
No.
Separate floor, maybe.
Separate floor. Yeah. She has to be. She's very practical.
That's good. Yeah.
Now, this is something which I receive from like a lot of men. If you like a guy, I mean, and now we are at 40s, none of us is work in progress, right? Like the guys are not beginning to make money and we are not beginning our careers, right?
Emotionally, they are always work in progress.
Which I understand. Emotionally, yes. But like, that's men feel that women are only looking to date with someone with money and home. Fact, yes, no?
No.
You?
No.
You?
I agreed to pay for dates.
It's a no. It's a no. But then if all of us here think it's a no, then what the hell are they receiving?
I'll tell you, can I quickly just answer this? I think, again, I don't know how many of you will agree, but I have to feel good about my achievements. I have to feel good about what I'm doing in life, and then the person who comes into my life has to be okay with it, and I should be okay with whatever his status is.
And that I agree with that, because at the age of 40s, it's the identity you've also formed, just like the man is formed. Then you are there for a companionship, or you're there for hanging out and vibing. It's a different need.
And
I think you're looking for.
I'm not looking for a financial support.
Neither,
I'm looking
yeah.
for some companionship.
Like companionship, somebody you can travel with, somebody you can eat with, somebody you can watch movies
it's just
with.
like, if you're not getting along with the person, you're not getting the respect you want, they're not making the effort, and you're not totally disinterested in their company, and you might be having a BMW, might be having a big house somewhere located in South Delhi, must be very rich. It doesn't work, no?
So it's a sensitive question. I'm going to ask this question. First part of the question: are you okay signaling readiness for intimacy, or do you think it should come from the man? Who should signal the readiness for intimacy?
I'm a prude. I don't.
You?
I don't.
You don't. You?
Depends again on the mood and the situation.
But you're dating. You're not in a full-fledged relationship. You've just finished your dating.
I'm also a bit old-fashioned. I like the first move made.
By the guy. You?
Depends on what stage of dating you are in. But
You're just dating.
just
You've been dating for, let's say, a month now, or maybe a week. I don't know what the threshold is.
I'm not judging. Anybody could start, but I think it's nice if it comes.
If it comes from the guy.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're mostly unsure when is the right time to initiate intimacy?
I think there are two kind of people. One is who are very sure what they want. They don't care. And I want to say the nice ones, they're unsure.
But who would you respond better to?
Oh, the unsure ones.
The unsure ones. What about you?
Intimacy is a bit of a situation. I mean, it's not. You can't really. You have to feel it. It has to be in the moment.
But the question is, who should signal it first?
100% the guy.
100% the guy. So
Irrespective of experience or inexperience.
And why 100% the guy?
I think it's that whole traditional thing, or genetically who we are. We want somebody to take charge sometimes.
You?
No, I'm just clueless. I wouldn't know what to do initially.
Initially.
Yeah.
No, I like that taking the charge thing. Yes.
You would like the man to take a charge.
Yeah.
And if we don't like him, we'll slap him, right? And basically, doesn't that like, I'm just asking.
We need to understand no means no. If I don't like it, I'll say no.
Because you're going to say something. So, is it okay to have a discussion about it?
No, but it's
Should
not
it be
really a discussion.
spontaneous?
It happens very spontaneous. It's not a discussion, and there is something in your actions, and like they have to be good at reading you also, like you're reading them.
The guys you
and you
handle
often,
things,
and if it's
so
getting too much,
if you're advising the guy, let's say if you're telling the guy about intimacy, what is a good time? Is it non-verbal communication, or you're gonna just leave it up to?
Yeah, it has to be
it
a
has
sense.
to be that. It's totally
It's
that.
a sense.
It's
It's a sense, and there's no harm in talking about it when it's not happened for a while. There's no harm in having an intellectual conversation about it.
Okay, now that we are dating, let's say assuming we're all dating, we are been dating for a week now. WhatsApp pet peeves.
Monosyllable answers.
Oh my God, yes, 110%.
Monosyllable
Can't stand that. I'm a paragraph writer.
I write pages.
Pages. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, I've never always thought about it. This is gonna be the peeve, pet peeve. It depends. It's actually there is no definition, Shweta, of you not being treated right and being ignored. You just get it, like you said, the monosyllable answers. You just get it that I'm not being wanted. I don't know if
I'll tell you a story.
Right.
I'll tell you a story. A couple of friends of mine, they got together. The girl's been ready for a while, as people think we famously are perpetually ready for a relationship, which, at least speaking for me, I haven't been. It's been a decade now. But men think whether women say yes or when women say no, they're always ready for a relationship. Okay, first. Second, they say whether they say yes, or they know Shweta, they're always ready for marriage. Okay, this is where their perspectives are coming from. Either they have misunderstood, or largely statistically it is true. There can be only two things, right? Either they have misunderstood, or statistically what they have interfaced is right. I'm not hiding the guess. I do think as a responsible dater, it is my job to give a clear indication of where I am.
Yeah.
And many women say like, yeah, you know, I'm not really keen. And the first thing, you know, is like, oh my God, he hasn't called. And we become like I'm not disparaging women. I'm actually including myself. I mean, because I've also dated. I'm saying we do get there. What is it that you wish the men understood about this? What would you advise them?
Just the fact that we're genetically different and emotionally we're slightly more charged. Cerebrally we're more charged. I think we're the enhanced model.
We are a lot more complex, so we do think.
Yeah, and we're also we're givers as well. So I think if men just understood that, they'd be tolerant about some of the
More
stupid
tolerant.
things we do. At least the paragraph writer will not be like shooed.
You?
I think for me, like fundamentally dating has to be fun. Like the moment you
Correct.
started saying responsible data,
The heaviness. There's a heaviness
right?
already
There's
attached.
a heaviness to it already. If you're not having fun, if
Then
like
what's the point?
if there is no like it's the first week of dating and there's no flirtation happening on WhatsApp, like come on, what's the
By the
fun?
way, look where we are. We are flirting on WhatsApp.
It's yeah.
I mean,
it's
that's
not-
ridiculous.
Yeah, we are actually literally flirting on WhatsApp. What the fuck is flirting on a WhatsApp? Think
just-
about
yeah.
it. I just don't understand it. So like,
It always starts like that.
for me, and rightfully, I think earlier when you said it, he has to be friends. I'm like, you can't just become friends.
Yeah.
Friends are a very heavy word. Like you've become friends over a period of maybe a year or 2 or 3, and
Much
then you're
longer.
dating is a beautiful place to be. I think you kind of fall into it. But I think expecting to become friends first, slightly
Doesn't
hard.
happen.
It just doesn't happen.
Just
It
you can't
doesn't
map
happen.
out where this is going to go just
I
at
think-
the beginning. I feel that it has to organically go.
Not
The
only
worst thing is
organically,
when
you have to have chemistry.
Yeah,
You can't
if you
thanks
don't
for the
feel.
word.
You
You
have
don't
to
have
feel.
Okay, so I
you
have
don't
okay,
have
no,
the
I have a
chemistry.
question.
You're not even going to go
I have a
ahead for
question.
the first date.
I have a question. I have a
Right?
question for you. I have more male friends than female friends, right?
Yeah.
As most single women have more male friends and single men have more female friends. My question is, why is it that every single man that I meet says, just too much, too soon, too much, too soon, right? Isn't it? They all say. A lot of them actually are assholes, right? And they said, अभी 3 महीना हो गया, तो भाई हम पूछेंगे नहीं तेरे मन में क्या है? Shouldn't we fucking ask? There's nothing wrong in it. But a lot of them said, Shweta, I mean really, 3 months at our age or 6 months also is too less a time
Yeah.
to declare whether I'm in a relationship with you or not. What do you think?
But did you even start with the premises as to what you want? As
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
what
You make
do I want?
Yeah,
It's like,
so
are we
did
even
you
clear?
make a map out of it
If
before?
I am clear that I'm looking for dating to get
Do you
married,
say that when you date? Clearly, I am not looking to get
if
married. I want
that's
to
the
date.
intention, then say it. I don't say it.
You don't say it.
When I would say it. In my 20s and my 30s,
Yeah.
when marriage
Oh.
was my top priority, I would sit down as like, okay, we are dating, it's great fun and all, but hey, I'm looking for a serious
priorities
relationship.
change.
And a serious
Are you in
relationship,
for it or not?
A serious relationship is not just marriage. I mean, you're trying to say either it has to be marriage or I am in an open relationship.
or
I
a
can go
committed
and 2
relationship.
times, 3 times, treat you anytime, ghost you anytime, come back in your life anytime.
Or
So
you
it's
could-
it's
you could-
very good because I remember this one
Yeah,
person
so
I was dating at the first date or the second date. My thing was, listen, I don't want anything complicated in my life. If you've got some complication going on, something
Yes.
you've not shared with me, please let's talk about it and figure out if you want to go ahead. Otherwise, happy to meet
If
you.
I'm dating someone for 3 months, at least we are a couple. I'm not saying get married to me tomorrow. You know,
3 months you think you're a couple?
Not yet.
With
I think-
discussion
yet.
or without discussion? I'm just asking.
I'm just.
You're
I mean,
never
after-
a couple till the
yeah,
time you
never-
A, feel, second
I
you
don't
don't
think
talk.
you're a couple till the time you've actually had that clear communication.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. If
Like,
after,
I don't think-
after 3 months, if a girl thinks, oh, we are a couple and she's had a discussion with you and you feel it's not, then you're open. You know,
Yes.
it's not.
No,
Just
I
give me
have
some more
something
time.
else to say. This too much too soon can also happen at a time when you're completely unprepared for.
Or maybe one's more into the other.
No, yeah, that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Two, where you're also not, you're taking a leap of faith. You're not really sure yourself. You could have
come on.
it could be bad hormones.
In-
it could
in our-
be. You could be PMSing. It could be also that time of the month.
Yes,
it
this is
could
dating
be-
after 40.
Yeah, it could be anything. It could just
Gotta
be
keep that
one
in
big hormonal disaster.
But hence the question, you've experienced, you're in 40s. if it is hormonal, just say it and forget it.
You wouldn't know it is.
But Vidushi,
How would we know it is?
Vidushi, ek baat batao.
It is moody.
I think at our age,
Understand.
I have a
We
question.
wouldn't know.
Our hormones change like
Clearly.
once every 10 or 12 days, right?
I think faster. In my case, definitely faster.
True.
Okay, I'm going to say that again. Our hormones change quite a lot in a month, right? Do we give them a calendar?
No, I feel what you're saying is,
we give the guys the
I'll
calendar?
just pick it up from where she's saying that one is more into the other person. Let's say in 3 months, maybe I have gone mentally or emotionally ahead, that person has not. You can always, as she said, clearly state it instead of going and telling people, you know, the
But it's not as simple to say.
It is. I think because I know of women who have told me, my female friends, oh, he's saying that, you know, could we be a couple and we are taking time. It could be otherwise also.
Every banda who's in that
I
kind of
don't know.
situation says he's
You will
wanting
never,
the other way. Wait.
You'll never be on the same platform.
I don't think
See, at
ever.
the
I don't
end
think
of it, it's
ever,
the
ever
relationship
like that.
between the two of you. Whether it's dating, whether it's anything else.
should
If
work
you
for
at
you
some
too,
point in
yeah.
time you don't sit down and talk, it won't happen.
By the way, I don't know if we were so good at understanding, we wouldn't be single. I'm just
I know. I'm telling you, it's not that simple. You can't state facts in a relationship when you are timed to do it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as saying the right thing at the right time. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. We psych ourselves believing that, oh, I think because we've had our first kiss and maybe we've been intimate in a certain way, I could ask for more.
And first kiss
you
though.
cannot think like that.
But Vidushi,
there's no correct way of doing it.
तो 18-25 साल के हैं हम 40-50 साल के एज ग्रुप में हैं हम.
No, but people
First
still,
kiss
some people still follow a 5-date rule before they kiss. You know, there's a number.
Is there a rule?
Each
Okay, let me question. Is there a rule? A 5-day rule, 3-day rule?
I think there is no rule. You have to go with the flow.
Question: if the guy didn't kiss you for next 30 days, you'd be like, what the?
Yeah, if I'm so, and I will question myself, am I okay with this? That means
so again the question is, so like what is a good threshold?
No, there's no threshold. It really depends on, you know, it depends on how many times you met in 30 days.
Let's say you
long
met
distance, short distance. I mean, there's too many.
No,
pros
to
and
protect
cons.
myself, I want to give it some time.
Like how much time?
I would like a couple of weeks before
Fair
something
enough.
happens.
That makes sense.
I kind of agree with her what she's saying. It's like there is no time to it. It's like how you are feeling at the different stages.
But वो लड़कों को सपना आएगा इसके बारे में. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just trying to simplify.
No,
At what
it's-
point?
it's that
at what
feeling,
point?
It's a
yeah.
feeling. It happens both
Guys,
sides.
it's a feeling, and y'all have to figure it out.
Yeah,
There is
it's
You
no
will
a
also get it.
feeling.
Huh? The guy will also get it. If he doesn't get it,
That's why I told
It's
you it
not
has to be
happening.
organic. You can't pre-map it.
Yeah, I think it's also eye contact. I don't know how many of us really maintain good eye contact with the people we're
point.
with.
What would you
Yeah.
tell your 20-year-old self? Teach your 20-year-old self about dating.
You should have started dating earlier so that by the time you reach a certain age, you would have the experience.
And so you know what you don't want.
Yeah.
You
bingo.
Why 20? Why didn't you ask me when I was 12?
Exactly.
Fair enough.
We have to really like rewind the button.
What would we date our former? Let me finish because फिर वो sound में खराब हो जाता है. What would we tell our former selves about dating?
That it's a fun thing and it shouldn't weigh you down and you must experiment and you must try and meet as many people as you can before you find
I
the
think
one.
that's a good answer. You?
Same answer. It's dating.
Kiss
Okay,
as
fine.
many frogs
So
till you
here
find your
is,
prince.
so here's another question. So what happens? I think dating is meeting multiple people.
Yeah.
It's not monogamous.
Exclusive.
Dating has to be meeting multiple people and see what you vibe with and
Shopping.
what you want to
Unless-
go ahead with it.
Unless
Shopping.
you choose to say, hey, we are exclusive
वो
right
तो
now.
नहीं भैया अभी dating stage पे ही है. Dating by nature is multiple.
Shopping.
It's shopping, right? Let's see what works for me and whether it works for him.
So I have a different point of view. There can be people who can be serial monogamous people.
There are serial monogamous.
There are people who say simultaneously multiple
Yeah.
people.
But was
But it's a question. So I dated one person and then after a few months I tried that person कि वो चल रहे हैं, is it working for me or not? Then you go to like, no, it's not working from their side, it's not working from my side. Okay. You
Yeah,
take
it's
a
quite
break,
instant.
you move on, and
I think you
move
know it
around
quite
with someone-
instantly on
with
your
somebody
first date
else.
that this is not
You
gonna-
find somebody else,
Yeah.
but yes, you are dating.
Simply your first date decides whether I'm
Yeah.
meeting this man again.
Yeah, your
Great.
first
And then
date
your
should.
second date decides when I'm meeting him again. So it progress, it's a work in
I
progress.
mean, to me, it's sometimes it's just like it's a few lunches and a few dinners and a few going out and doing things together, and then the chemistry kind of evolves organically, and then it some way translates into, if it has to, in something big, and
Yeah.
if it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Do your single women introduce you to single men? Yes, no.
Yes, if they are not interested.
No, it doesn't happen.
Only married friends.
Oh, see?
It's my single ones. He's like a brother to me, or he's like, you say, no, you're not interested in me. So like, I don't like
Okay,
it.
so and more than often, if the single women introduce you to a single man, are they territorial about where it is going throughout? Do they want to be updated? Is that a fact? Have you done
Not
it?
really.
Not really.
No.
I've never liked a guy who has been introduced by a single friend to me. So
Would you like to be introduced to nice guys?
why not?
Yes, why not?
Of course.
I hope you've loved this. Please share, subscribe, and comment. Thanks so much joy on Shweta's Talkies.